Since we're getting started with the first blogging activity, I wanted to talk a little bit about tags and categories and how you can apply them. Categories are like the contents page for your blog. They tend to be quite broad and break things up into something like chapters in a book. Tags, on the other hand, are more specific and they're more like an index. So you will tag your content with quite specific words to help people dive into it at a lower level. Throughout the semester, you'll need to tag and categorize your posts. This is an important convention that's part of being a blogger. You might like to think in advance about how you'll structure your categories. For example, you could come up with a category that you use for all play activities, one that you use for all reflect activities, and perhaps something else for miscellaneous posts. In addition to thinking about your categories in advance, also think about your tags. It can be quite easy to proliferate tags that mean the same thing or perhaps are slightly different. For example, you might have a tag that you have as a singular as well as a plural. It works best for content retrieval if you are able to opt for either the singular or the plural and consistently use that tag. Of course, your posts will still be searchable, but when it comes to aggregating your content or people discovering your content across the blog network, having a consistent approach to tagging makes it much easier for people to jump from your post to someone else's post and back again. Because we're information people, we tend to want to organize our content very highly. Try not to overuse tags. Some bloggers will add additional tags so that their content is more discoverable. Try not to go over about the 10 tag mark because generally that is sufficient in order for people to retrieve your content. And on some platforms, tagging more than that can have some implications. For example, on WordPress.com blogs, if you have more than 12 tags or categories, your content may not show up in the aggregate feeds across the site, which will mean that people can't find it as easily. So choose the most appropriate tags to index your content at quite a descriptive low level, and choose broad categories that you can use to organize your blog into chapters. When it comes to submitting your content for marking, we're going to ask you to apply a specific tag so that we can easily access the posts you would like us to look at. We're also expecting you to apply the blogging conventions that have been outlined in the Week 2 material or that you might find around the web. Because tagging and categorizing posts is a convention, we will be grading for this when we review your blog posts.